Baby. Okay. Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 8 of Man's Glory, where we keep it real biblical. And today we are diving into boundaries. Okay? So, boundaries are essentially rules or guidelines that you set for where you don't want to be crossed. Just your perimeter of how far to go with you, what makes you uncomfortable, all the things. And you need boundaries to protect your mental, to keep you growing and elevating your spiritual life. You know, all of the things. You need boundaries in every form of relationship, whether it's romantic, friend, or family, right? So we're gonna take it one type of relationship at a time. So let's start with the friend. Is it safe to start with the friend boundary first?
Well, I guess we can.
Okay. So for me, I keep everybody at an arm's distance, an arm's length. You know what I want you to know, and that's just that. And it's not so much as me having trust issues. It's more so that I don't want to allow anybody to put themselves in a situation where, okay, now I got to cut you off. Right? So for me, as far as boundaries, if there is something, if I tell you I'm not it's hard for me to be vulnerable with any and everybody, and I've allowed you into a certain space of mine, and I've shown this to you, and then next thing I know, somebody else knows about it, you've now crossed the boundary for me. Because me allowing you in my space, in my personal space, in my home, okay, we got to have some type of trust going on. And so if I've confided something to you and that's gone outside that way, and you brought me up in any instance, whether it was to use me as an example, whatever case is, you've now overstepped my boundaries, right? Being as even, we'll say my best friend. My best friend had a relationship with my mom, and then something I tell her, me confide something to her, and she gets mad, so she goes and blurt that out to my mom. That's a problem for me. Because now, man, you got something. Even if I get over, we're done. That relationship is dead, right? But boundaries are how far you allow people to go with you. Meaning, I know I don't care for alcohol, but my other best friend does care for alcohol. We'll do to a certain extent, but I tell him too, hey, I don't want you to do too much because I don't want to put myself in this type of situation. If you invade those boundaries and you force this on me and you essentially telling me you don't care, not saying that he's ever done this, but essentially saying that you don't care or whatever the case is, and you put me in a situation to where my life is in danger or my profile or my name for sake is in danger, we have a problem now, right? So boundaries are what you set, what you're no longer willing to cross, whether it's you stepping over those boundaries or the next person invading your boundaries. That's how I see that. Rita Brain is formulating over here.
Because, so I'm going to start with the easiest one for me. Boundaries. When you have stepped too close to me. And what I mean is I could be in a store and you come up and you're standing this close to me talking to me. Back up. You have overstepped those. You're in my safe space. Yes. And I don't like that. So that's a problem for me. And if it's a man, people tend to think something is going on. Even you trying to wish, don't do that to me. And a female, we shouldn't do that out in public because you don't want nobody to think you're talking about it. And I guess when I started, I say friends. People use the word friend loosely. And a few days ago, maybe a year or two ago, people I know, family member or my closest friend's sister, 2 young men has been killed. And they say a friend did it. And that makes my blood boil. Because a friend not going to hurt another friend. A friend going to be honest with a friend. You're going to tell them the truth. Boundaries. If you love a person, for the young man friend who killed him, and talking about he was friend, if you was his friend, you would not have shot him dead. A couple of years ago, you wouldn't have. Friends don't hurt friends. If I love you, I don't care how angry or upset I get at your loved one. I'm not going to do anything to say to hurt them because I love you just that much. Perfect example, my husband. And I remember I was telling him something about his mom, and my mama said, don't be telling James that. What if James say something about me? I said, if it's true, I don't care. So boundaries, people tend to cross. Yes, whether you ask me to forgive you or not, I did. Whether you want me to forgive you or not, I did. Because I know God. And I know everyone that said those horrible things and did those horrible things cannot know the man that I serve and love. A friend.
She referring to God.
I am. A friend is not going to hurt their friend. If I tell you the truth about something, I'm going to tell you in the nicest way possible. And people better realize doing things to spitefully hurt people. But see, it's like this here. God is the shield. We know God. So the things that you try to do, when you wondering why things not going right for you, think about it. God don't play by his. The word say, touch not my anointed one. God's have an angel encamped all the way around his. Boundaries. Let's not cross boundaries. Because those same people that you cross gonna be the same people you need.
Boundaries. So we're gonna switch over a little bit because we just study going. Boundaries when it comes to relationships. She's been married for 75 plus years. Prior to that, she had been dating this same person for 85 plus years. Prior to that, she had been dating way longer than I've been on this earth. So, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm 30. I don't know.
Exactly.
But
You don't know.
as far as me in my dating life, ain't been that long. But I do set boundaries when it comes to guys I'm dating, guys I'm talking to, and then guys of the sort. For instance, when it comes to professionally, I tend to have a lot of male clients. I have a great deal of women clients, but the male clients are the ones I tend to have a problem with because they're not allowed to text me after a certain time. Now, anybody can attest the fact that I work all through the night. And I was mistakenly sending an email or a text message all throughout the night. Excuse me. However, when it comes to men, especially those married men who are clients, after a certain time, you won't hear from me. I don't care if we're in the same time zone or not. If I think it's dark there, you will not hear from me at any point in time. Because I don't want there to be any doubt or any type of confusion of something that's going on. That is a boundary for me. I had to tell the gentleman, do not text me. He would call my phone, but I didn't answer. He would send me a text message and leave a voicemail at the same time. And then call my business phone, text and leave a voicemail. So I had to tell him, listen here. You're contacting me for business. You need to delete my personal number. That's the first thing, because I don't know how you got in the first place. Number two, if you call me and I don't answer, you don't have to leave me a voicemail and a text message. And then continue to call both phones. We're not doing it. Number three, do not contact me after 5 o'clock. I know what my business hours are, and I know they're past 5 o'clock. But you will not call my phone after a certain time. Because I'm confused as to why you'll go all day, because I know what you do for a living. So you're not busy all day. And you choose to call me at 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I don't like that. That's disrespectful. And I don't know who you think I am, but I'm not that chick. And I should not have to tell you that. That's a boundary for me. Do not call me after a certain time. It shouldn't even get to the point where I have to tell you about yourself. That's a problem. Right there. Same thing with guys who I'm dating. If I know for a fact that I'm not feeling some type, if I not already told you, hey, well, we can meet up somewhere, this and the third, or if you text me at a certain time and I didn't respond, do not triple and quadruple text me. There's a reason why I have not responded to you. If I've already told you, hey, well, after a certain time I'm not going to talk to you, do not try to force yourself on me, because then we're going to have a problem. So, like, I'm a stickler for my boundaries. Now, in the event that I say, well, hey, You can't come over after 8 o'clock, and I'll allow you to come over after 8 o'clock. Cool. That was a one-time thing. Don't just pop up to my house. Because you won't get your feelings hurt. That's all I'm saying. Don't get mad at me. You pop up with somebody else over here. I'm just playing.
Boundaries. When I was coming up.
But for real.
As a child, I was taught, just say, if you called a man's house, you want to speak to a man, you ask to speak to the wife, you tell him who you are. And this is why I'm calling.
Out of respect.
Yeah, may I speak to so-and-so, so-and-so. And they were like, but it's about being respectful. So that is a type of boundaries that we should have. Which I know nowadays people just have cell phones and not house phones. And it was the house number, in other words. And even if you call, just like somebody can call my phone or call James' phone and one of us answer. So, hey, this is not, well, I'd be like, James, come get your telephone.
Let's do that right there. If a woman calls Dad's phone and you answer, and she's like, can I speak to such and such? You just gonna give him the phone. You gonna say, hold on, give him the phone.
Right.
Well, we not you right now. You somebody else.
Okay.
Who is this? So let's say the scenario is a woman calls a wife's husband's phone. And the wife is a female. The wife automatically like, who is this? Why you calling my man phone on this and third? What should the female who calls phone response be?
Hi, I'm sitting. I'm looking for your.
It should be respectful, and I don't care how disrespectful, how loud the wife gets. You should be respectful all the time, because at the end of, even if you don't, if you're just a co-worker or whatever the case is, because that woman is already acting like that, you should never, because if you saying y'all friends, then you should know how his wife already is. You shouldn't be disrespectful. Correct. And at the end of the day, that's not your man.
Right.
So why would you respond in any other way but I apologize, I'm such and such, this is why I'm calling? Out of respect, because you're supposed to be the bigger person at the end of the day. Right? And vice versa, man for man or whomever it is. So, because you are not jealous or possessive, whatever the case is, because I'm not, does not mean that you should not respect the next person's boundaries. All boundaries do not have to be explained. Mm-hmm. Some of them are understood. And I think that's a natural rule for anybody. Anybody should know. If you are calling the opposite sex phones and they have somebody, don't ever cross that line. Even if you call this person's phone, they told you they were single, and the female answered the phone talking crazy, don't get out of line, out of pocket, out of nothing. Apologize and hang up. Because if somebody on that phone acting crazy like that, 9 times 10 he got something else going on. Even if it's just a crazy baby mom, the fact that she got access to the phone should tell you enough at the end of the day. I'm just saying, y'all got to use common sense. Everything is not worth fighting over. I'm just saying. We got to be honest. I think that having boundaries in every aspect, as far as work, but you have to learn how to set boundaries for yourself personally. And this comes from somebody who set boundaries on herself, or help other people set boundaries. Don't do it. I'll tell you this. I tell myself, okay, on Sundays, I don't work for nobody. I only work for myself on Sundays. And the only work, if I do work after church and after dinner or whatever case is, then it's something pertaining to my business or working for me personally, right? And I have at least 3 times this year did some work for somebody else on a Sunday. And I said, no, ma'am, because you told yourself last year you're going to work for nobody on Sunday but you. You have to set boundaries for yourself. Because how can you expect other people to follow in behind your boundaries and you're not doing it for yourself? I don't want people coming in my house and walking on my rug. I know the rug's supposed to go on the floor. But if not, so take your goddamn shoes off. Especially if you just walked in my house and it's raining outside. And it's a brand new rug. I don't care
no more.
I don't care about that either. You walk in somebody's house and it's clean, and you gonna track their floor with your mother's shoes? That's disrespectful. That's the boundary for me. I tell people when they come out, they use my restroom. When they use this is a house, it's not a public space. When they use my bathroom, let the toilet seat down when you flush the toilet. It annoys me for people to flush the freaking toilet and leave the toilet seat up. Y'all don't think about When you flush that toilet with that toilet seat up, it's bacteria going everywhere. And I have my toothbrush in a toothbrush case in a drawer in my bedroom, so that don't happen. But when I use my hallway bathroom, let the toilet seat down, because there's still soap in there and towels and everything else. This is what I want you to pay attention to. And I tell my mom this: when you let that, especially in Leland, when you let that toilet seat down, every time you use it, let that toilet seat down before you flush it. I give it a week. I give you 2 weeks. Pay attention to your toilet bowl and see how disgusting it is if you don't clean your toilet every day. And nobody cleans their toilet every day.
They're disgusting anyway because of the water.
So now you see why I said let the freaking toilet seat down? A boundary. Out of respect. You should respect other people. You just should. We did relationships. We did friendships. I just feel like boundaries are a way to, setting boundaries are a way to keep you sane and be respectful, for you to be respectful, for another person to be respectful to you.
Do God set boundaries?
God got a lot of boundaries.
Okay then.
Name one. Thou shalt not serve two gods. God is a jealous God. And anything you put before him, you make your God. And he said you can't serve both. It's going to be one or the other. That's a boundary in itself. You're either going to serve me or you're not. Don't you say, well, how's that a boundary? This is how's it a boundary. If he allows you to wake up, take a breath, and all the things in between, blink your eyes, and the only thing that he asks of you is to follow him, do what he's asked you to do, and you choose to put everything in between you and God, but you still want to come to God for everything that you want, you already break his boundary. This is God. This is his boundary. And this boundary says, don't do X, Y, and Z, but do this, that, and the third. And this will happen for you. And you just go through the gate. Okay, God, I need you to give me this, but I'm going to keep having sex outside marriage. I need you to give me this, but I'm going to keep pulling up on folks, shooting people in the head. God still allowing you to breathe, but you crossing his bounds by continuing to disrespect him. Was that a good analogy? Did that make sense?
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
It does. And with all that being said, boundaries keep us safe, keep us in our place, keeps us respectful. Because if you know your place and she know her place, there is no problem, there is no crossing. That's just like, let's say, dating. If you tell a guy you can't kiss me, or if the guy tell a female you can't kiss me, don't do it. Don't cross those boundaries.
That's one of my boundaries.
Do what?
I said that's one of my boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, put your lips on me and you talking to other people.
But it's just about and being safe. Love is the key, people. And if you love people, and if you treat a person like you want to be treated, then you respect boundaries. And so, doing the right thing will keep us respecting boundaries.
I'm going to give y'all an example. It's going to shake some things up. What did Rita say I was to her? What am I to you? Rita and I have boundaries. She been telling me this since I was a little girl. I'm not your friend. That's a boundary, okay? And the older I've become, the closer we've become. The same relationship I have with my mom is the same relationship that she has with her mother, and the same relationship her mother has with me, okay? And also boundaries. Because like Rita said, don't ever get too comfortable with me. Like I said that, we'll be laughing, Kiki in the car, and I hit her with a, girl, please. And at the end of that, she'll be laughing and joking, she'll still hit me with that. Because boundaries. Because like she said too, it's certain words, I don't care how close my mama are. Y'all witness this on this podcast. I'm not allowed to say the D word around her. It's just not finna happen. Or is that the word?
No, just the D word. And the word for that is penis. We don't want you to think she cursing. So
You know. Yeah, I don't know. Not the curse word. the genital area. The genital area.
The person name.
Now, I can say pedal. I can say penis, but I cannot say, if you go back and run to the episode, I said that word. She said, no, we're not doing that. And that was so funny to me. Because I don't care how comfortable or how close me and my mama are, it's certain things that she still does not allow me to do. Like, for instance, it's certain things she can't say around me. Because she said that, what was the statement you made? Blowing the, if you don't know, that's your business. It's certain things I don't allow my mama to say around me, to me, or whatever the case. I don't, if it's me and her friends, watch your mouth. Because don't do that. Because, out of respect, 2 different age groups, right. We may be like this, but we still mother and daughter. Right. Don't run out. Ever.
So I'm going to go back.
Hold on. The point I was going to tell about something. So, like, even when it comes to, or if, in the event, if it's something sexual, you think I'm going to talk to Rita about that? Look how she looking. I don't care what type of experience she thinks she got. She would never be the one. So the reason why I bring this up is because Rita would always constantly cross one particular boundary that I could not stand.
Which was?
Oh, I'm finna tell it.
Come on with it.
If y'all ever go back and watch this old YouTube video, it's on 3 different channels on our YouTube. She had this habit of telling everybody about my hoo-ha, my vagina. My baby, I'm virgin. My baby this and my baby this. And it used to annoy me. Because I'm just like, why are you telling people? Mind you, when I went off to college, she was the one who told me, don't tell anybody that I'm not out here in these streets. Because people will try to set you up. Is that not what you said to me?
I did.
Oh, okay. But she and her mama telling everybody that I'm not out here in these streets. One of her friend guys was like, Jazz need to get with my son. This was... Okay, cool. Jazz need to get with my son, and her response to him was, my baby don't want your son. My baby don't want your son. My baby about her, and your son got kids, and that this and that. I said,
did I say that?
Yes, you did. Because I said, why you telling...
Okay.
I was telling the man, like, why you telling that man about my vagina? And that was my exact response to her. Stop telling people. And then they grown me, right? And I think at one point she said it to me because I wrote a book. I wrote that book and I published that book. And I have yet to read that book again. For various reasons. And the fact that this book has been read by so many men, that's just what that is. Ain't nothing I can do about that. Thank you for the support. You know, but then also, that's not your business to be telling the whole world about my hoo-ha. But you feel the need to say, and that was about, and I had to tell, yeah. Because I said, look here, we had to have a long conversation. Let's not, okay? Because if you don't want me out here talking about yours, let me talk about mine. See? Boundaries. What you gonna say? Don't make no facts with me. Because what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Because you don't know anything about my hoo-ha.
Okay, and you don't know nothing about mine.
Came out.
No, LJ came out. Daddy was in there.
Came out. Okay, you don't ran out.
Boundaries, and that's the whole point I was trying to make. I almost took a slap for y'all. Mm-hmm. So now, but yeah, boundaries. So what you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say, nothing. Just love, and we need to say this. When is our last episode?
We gotta get it.
Well, we don't need to do this. I want to have some dirty laundry about it.
We got 4 or 5 more episodes before the end of the season, guys.
Well, we need to wait. Because of what I got to say, they might not vote for us. So.
Okay, we're talking on live, and you wish to have a whole nother conversation.
Okay, I'm just saying, we don't need to air it, because there's a lot more things I can say.
Boundaries.
Boundaries is a deep subject.
Not really.
Well, because some things I could say, but I don't need to say. So you have to delete all of that. And it's going to come again. Because I'm not ready for it to come out. And just remember. And I I can say treat people like you want to be treated, but some people ain't got no sense. The Bible say, how long will you be simple? You know, it also says if a man be ignorant, let him. So some people don't have boundaries. You know, because some people act like they don't have common sense. But as she well said, she and I have boundaries. Me and my mom have boundaries.
I don't think me and my grandma had boundaries at all.
Well,
Cause that lady just crazy.
I have them with them. You know, and we ought to have boundaries with people. Even where you should never get too comfortable that you just run out with a person. Let's do like that. Let's be safe. Because if you don't want a person to run out with you, don't run out with them. That's just like I have because I don't curse. We don't curse. Like I told you, your friends can't curse around me. They can curse around their own parents, but I ain't got that type of relationship with them. I don't play that.
You been talking about Brittany?
I ain't been talking about nobody. I'm just saying what I said. You know, and if they curse around their parents, it's their business. But please respect me. You know, because I don't get down like that. I don't curse around my parents. And I don't teach my kids to curse around me. Even we flew out to the funeral and our son, the oldest boy, like, Mommy, you mind if I drink some wine? I sure don't. The dad. He would have drunk like, hey!
Well, actually, speaking of it, because I was going to say that earlier, as one of those boundaries, she told us she don't care how grown we get, we'll never be old enough to sit at a table with her and drink alcohol.
Did I drink with him? That was the thing.
It ain't about that. You said that we would never be old enough to sit at a table with you and drink alcohol. For us to be drinking, because you don't drink.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, huh. So when we went out with her classmates, it was just the women. They had alcohol drinks, this and third. Rita was not from drink. Rita done ordered some mess. First of all, I got more sense than her. You don't just get no done cup with no liquor in it and just drink that mess. She took that shot because she got a bad head. I don't care what drink she gets. She take that shot. She just jam it straight to the bottom. And if it's a frozen drink, anybody with some common sense know that alcohol gonna be mostly sitting at the bottom of that drink.
I don't drink.
Baby, she getting there talking the biggest gulp of her life. I thought her eyes gonna pop out of her head.
Well, did I know alcohol was in there?
Yes.
They told it was a fruit drink.
No, they told you it was a frozen alcoholic beverage.
Whatever.
It had a fruity taste because it was colorful. Remember, she gave it a drink to me. Even before that time, we was at her class night, I think, whatever it was, they had to do the champagne thing. She gave it to me. Now, that next year, I was ready. It was the year that I met me and Bonte.
I ain't giving none, because no.
No, then next year, the second time was the year that me and Bonte met. And she sat up there, I'm looking for her. I said, I gotta read my mama cup, I gotta read my mama glass. Because I knew she wasn't gonna drink it. But Rick threw that thing back. Behooved me. I'm looking like, and I don't even like champagne, but I was ready to take one for the team because that first year was disgusting.
It was not. It was
the sparkling stuff. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's why she drank it. Because I was just like, I know dang grandma want to drink this, but it wasn't liquor. Yeah. And that explains a lot. But when we went up there for the funeral, my brother did sit there have a glass of wine in front of her. I did not because.
Did you want to?
No,
oh, okay.
I don't. I thought it was Dee Dee and Desandra who were trying to get me on, the sweet wines, whatever. I like stuff that's sweet. I don't like alcohol, so I'm gonna drink something. It needs to be something sweet or fruity. So I'm not gonna spend no $9 for crap. I'm not gonna get a whole bottle and drink as much as I want. It's just one, especially if it's gonna be disgusting. So that's enough for me. Now when we went for my birthday back in 2022. Was it 2022 or 2023? It was 2022. We went to Florida for the week. It's my mom and I and my best friend and her mom. So that's what I thought she was going to bring up too. So when you said about the cursing. So me and Britt did have wine. We were sipping on wine or whatever throughout the trip or whatever. And then when we went to the Sugar Factory, me and Britt got 2 alcoholic beverages. They got the beverages, but theirs were non-alcoholic. But we were in the car headed somewhere. That's the only time I've ever
y'all was sipping on wine?
We was at the house sipping on wine. What you talking about? That night we was playing spades. We went to Walmart.
Did I know y'all had some wine?
Yes. I got the video. We were at the Sugar Factory, the big old fishbowl
Yeah, I
drinks.
know that.
Oh, yeah. Bro, you knew. She was drunk. That's why I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But we were out in the car. And I still to this day don't know what the heck Brittany was mad about. But she was mad about something. To the point where she started cursing. Like, she was so mad she was cursing. And her and my mama and her mama both in the backseat yelling. I'm talking about going off. Because in all the years I've known Brittany, she has never cursed in front of her mama. Her mother knows she cursed. Her mama knows she do a lot of things. But she got enough respect and enough common sense to not do it in front of her mama. Because she know how her mama get down. I don't know what was going on that trip. But she was mad about something. I don't know what happened.
Thinking somebody was cutting in front of her or something with the driving. That's what I thought.
Oh, she got mad road race too. But I don't know. But she got to the point where I really said, "Hey!" I'm like, Mom. And Mom like, "I don't care. You're not going." And I'm like, this girl mother is right. Mind you, we grown. But at the same time, that didn't matter. I'm like, this girl mother is right here. Whole time, both of them in the back seat yelling at her. And I'm just sitting up here on my phone like this. Because I'm just like, and at the same time, just like, Brittany, what the heck got into you? Because why are you cussing in front of my mama and yours? And you know my mama don't play them games. Like, what? So, yeah.
But even her mama said when we played the cards, and that let me know she was talking to her child. My mama may know I cursed, but she never heard me curse.
Yup. That was a whole thing.
So,
boundaries.
Calm that down. Do not forget, we're still your parents. And
how cool we are.
We still want that respect.
Yeah.
So,
even right now, like I tell my kids at the NYC, and I tell them, I don't care how cool we are, how close we are, how comfortable you are with me. Don't ever get too comfortable where you think you can say anything around me. Because I'm going to get you together. Because that's disrespectful. That's just what that is at the end of the day.
Because you are children. And, she's an adult, we're an adult. And it's just like, I can listen to you. I can love you. But I don't want you to cross the line with me. Just like someone say, well, don't make me disrespect you. Well, you already disrespected me.
For you to then say, don't make me.
And because you put ma'am on somebody's name or sir, don't mean you respectful. And you got to remember, God sees all of that. Whether, in the heat of the moment, just shut your mouth. Okay. Move on. Because crossing boundaries, sometimes you can cross them and you can't go back. So that's a thing that, and even so, the biggest thing or the smallest thing you can do is apologize. It's not going to take nothing from anybody. We was somewhere today, and the young lady came up, and she apologized. Yeah. She's a lady to my daughter over us. She said, because I want to make it to heaven. She said, I apologize for lying. And she asked her, would she forgive me? And I'm like, hey, because you wronged her, you knew you wronged her, and she knew it. And to me, that took a lot of guts to come to her in front of her parents and say that, So, yeah. And of course, Jazz said, you didn't have to, but fine, yes, because we don't hold grudges.
I keep it pushing.
Because the word of God says, anger rests in the bosoms of fools. So let's not be fools, people. So, let's keep going. Let's be mindful of the boundaries, whether it's siblings, parents, co-workers, friends, or friend enemies. Watch your surroundings.
This has been another episode of Man's Glory, where we keep it real biblical. And we will see you guys in the next one.